What's up, Minecrafters? My name is Mathew Kande, and welcome back to another episode of Journey to Hermitcraft. We are way up here in the sky, way above our village, up here next to the villager breeder, because as we mentioned in the last episode, we need to think of a device that will turn these guys into a zombie, and then a portion where we can cure them back to normal villagers so we can get their trades down. I need mending for like 1 emerald, not 40 or however many they want. So today, guys, we have our red shulker blocks because we have all of our redstone in here, and we're gonna start a little build up here. We're gonna have to find a way to get a zombie, so things might get a little hairy, but sit tight, relax, grab a drink, grab a snack, and let's get into today's episode. Whee! We start today's episode in our test world. So what I'm doing is creating a little mechanism here. So in our world, we have this chamber where all of our villagers are being held right now. And I was creating a little device that we could push a button, have a minecart dispensed, pick one of them up, carry it down to another portion where a zombie would be. He can infect a villager. And then we have a little setup here with some string, an observer, and a piston block that once he gets infected, it will push him back on along the line. So I think I got it pretty much working how I want it to do. So here's a little test. We have our chest just full of minecarts with a hopper pointed into a dispenser. If I click that button, it dispenses. It picks up just one of those guys, moves him all the way over to here where the zombie will start hurting him. I think in the Journey to Hermitcraft world, we're going to give him a sword so that he can do this quicker. But what he'll start doing is hitting the villager until he gets infected. And once he turns into a zombie, he pops up out of the cart. There's a piece of string above his head. You can kind of see it there, which gets the observer to click over, puts him back in his cart, activates the rail underneath him, and pushes him along to the next area. Now this will be an area we'll have to create later on in the world where we'll be able to cure the now infected zombie villager, and then we'll have to find a way that we can safely get them from way up in the world down to the ground so that they don't die. So I think we pretty much have this thing done how we want it to. Let's go ahead and build it in the Journey to Hermitcraft server. Alright guys, and as you can see, we pretty much have this thing built up here on the Journey to Hermitcraft server. This was no easy task being way up here in the world. I fell a few times, I dropped a bunch of blocks I didn't want to drop. I've been struggling a little bit. And let me show you the hardest part that I've been dealing with is getting one of these zombies. Oh, real quick. Alright, so I made this sharpness 5 sword, and I labeled it "Get Off My Lawn." But I'm going to give this to the zombie because he will be able to infect the villagers quicker if he has this sword. So one thing that we did do here, let me show you real quick, is we had to create this little chamber. Instead of building a bubble elevator like we did for the villagers, I figured if I just created a dark chamber, a zombie would spawn up here and I didn't have to worry about moving him all the way. It took a little while. I kept getting creepers and skeletons, but I finally got a zombie. And I put a name tag on him and I named him the Chosen One. So if we throw the sword in there, he should switch it out. Okay, so now he's got his sword. And all we need to do is basically open that up and trap him on this block right here. So let's go ahead and get this ready. So I just need a block in my hand. I'm gonna put dirt and we'll replace it later. But let's let him out. Let's get the dirt ready. And for some reason, zombies won't cross rails. So I just need him to come one step closer forward. Anyways, he's blocked in. He ain't going nowhere. So what I really need to do is get a few more of these blocks so I'm not using dirt, and I'll just block these off behind him so that he's stuck right there on that one block. And then we should be able to give this guy a test run. Alright, so he's in there. Let's wait. Let's see if the zombie is going to whack him with the sword. And voila! See? Alright. So he infected him. He came out of the minecart. He got put back into the minecart as the redstone flipped over here, and it wheeled him along. I have this along the top so that it shades him from the sun so that he doesn't boil up in the sun. And now all I need to do is create another spot over here where we can get maybe a few of them, maybe 3 or 4 together. And then we can cure them all at once. And then the last thing is we just need to find a safe way to drop them down, because dropping them onto the fountain was hit and miss. Sometimes they'd survive, sometimes they would die. But if we're gonna go through the effort of infecting them and curing them, we want 100% success rate. So I'm thinking I'm just gonna drop them into the water over here somewhere. All right, so I've done quite a bit in between scenes here. Let me show you. So I changed out the blocks below for glass. They were causing huge shadows down there on the world below. So I switched out all of these blocks for glass. We've created a little retaining area right here. So all the infected zombies will come through. They'll stop on this unpowered redstone rail. And if I wanted them to continue through, I could just power the rail and it should push them all the way through. So the plan is to get, maybe 2 or 3 zombies right in here, and I can cure all 3 of them at the same time and then push them all the way through. Now, I just told you in the clip before, if you can see down here, I wanted to drop the villagers into the ocean right there. However, I realized we just built this beautiful pond. Why aren't we using that as our little safe haven? So that's what I decided. Created this platform all the way over here, and then I have this booth here, and this is where we're going to set their profession and make sure we lock in their trades before they drop all the way down to the world and potentially get lost in with everybody else. So this is a little safe area. These blocks are creating shadows down there, so I might have to pull those 2 up, but all the glass is allowing the sun to go straight through, so that's why it's glass instead of a hard block. Now these, I didn't want the zombie to die or despawn from the sun, so I left these as solid blocks, and here, so that the sun doesn't kill the infected zombie villagers, protects them from the sun too. So a few other things we have up here. This is my redstone box. This will go away, but these will stay. So I have a name tag box with an anvil here, so we can name all the villagers before they go over there. And then I have my golden apple box. Unfortunately, I ran out of gold. I only had enough for 5 apples. And then I have one more box in my inventory for the potions. So we need to go brew some potions up. I don't have any at this point in time. So we need the potions, and then I need some emeralds so that I can lock in my trades. So let's head back down to the bottom and brew up that potion and get those emeralds. Alright, so let's brew some of these potions up. First thing we're going to need to do is craft one of these fermented spider eyes, which of course is just a spider eye, a brown mushroom, and a piece of sugar. Let's take that fermented spider eye and stick it in the brewing stand. Alright, and then you can see it turns into a potion of weakness, but we want it to be a splash potion, so just add 1 gunpowder. Alright, and now we have our splash potion of weakness, so we just need those and our golden apples. We got our emeralds, so we should be all set. So let's go back up top and test this thing out. Up here at the top, guys, I got one little surprise for you. We had a zombie over here that was going to be infecting our villagers. However, luckily our good friend Doc decided that he wanted to be the chosen one. So he's going to be up here as our chosen one, our good friend Doc from the Hermitcraft server. I guess he got bored working on Area 77 and he had some extra time, so he said he just would hang out over here for me. So we got really lucky with that. That is super cool and awesome. Let's put our potion box down. We got our redstone box up. Oh no, it's going to be night. I'm going to go sleep the night away. Okay, so we've been waiting up here for some more villagers to spawn in. We do have a bit of a problem with the villager breeder. The way that this thing works is that these beds aren't ever supposed to get occupied by all of the villagers, and I think a couple of them are able to lay down in them and claim them, so they don't want to produce any more babies. But I could easily fix that by picking up the beds and putting them back down again. However, we got a few here, so let's test this thing out one more time. Alright, Doc, you can do your business. I'll just wait right here. Alright, yes! Okay, it worked that time. I really don't know why it didn't the last time. Let's get one more so we can get 2 of them here. Let's see if this works again. Come on, Doc, hurry up this time. No, Doc, you killed him! Doc! I wonder if that sword is too sharp. I have sharpness 5 on it. Alright, you know what? I'm gonna go sleep the night away, and then we'll just work with, you know what? Maybe we'll do one more, but let me go sleep first. Alright, now that it's a new day, let's test this out one more time. So I think that's what happened the first time. That sword must have been too sharp, and the villager's taking too much damage from it, and he's dying instead of just turning into a zombie. So I may have to play around with that. It looks like it does work sometimes, but not 100%. So maybe if I took the sharpness down on that sword a little bit, or if I just waited a little bit longer with a normal sword, that'd be fine. Alright, we'll wait here again. Alright, so he killed that one too. Well, unfortunately, we don't have any more. So let's finish this episode off at least with getting at least 1 villager. So what we need is a golden apple, and we need this splash potion of weakness. So let's throw this at him, and then feed him the apple. No! He fell through! Oh no! He just died! No! Why would he have fallen through? What the heck? Ugh! Alright, well, clearly we need to work on this thing a bit and fix it up. Well, that's such a bummer, because honestly I've been up here for hours trying to get this to figured out, and now I don't even know how to finish this episode. Alright guys, it's the next day in real life, and I have been racking my brain last night, trying multiple different things, trying to get this thing to work. I still don't feel good about where we are, but let me show you where we are, because I'm running out of time and I gotta get this episode out. So I'll show you where we're at now, but we're gonna have to keep working on this thing. So one of the problems I was originally having were the baby villagers being stuck right here. So here's our villager breeder. The baby villagers were being dropped down right here. The downfall is the minecarts were picking them up, and that was causing problems. So what I needed to do is create a chamber to separate the baby villagers from the adult villagers. So that was the first thing that I did. What I did was he added just a water stream, and it goes down here, and I created a new little holding cell. So here's where the babies are. This is there's a sign on that back block, so there's no water here. Then there's a water block directly above them. So when they get old, or when they turn into adults, they can swim into that water. And then this is a moving water block. So they grow up, they swim up to the water, then they get pushed down to this holding cell. So now this basically is the exact same holding cell that we used to have, except now there will only be adults in it. So I can still push this button, the minecart will come out and grab an adult and push it on forward. Now, I had this wrapped back around to where Doc originally was. He's the guy that was infecting our villagers. However, it started to look real messy, and I just didn't like it. So I just kept going in this direction, and I created a new holding cell for Doc. So I moved him there, and I also traded his swords out. So I took his sharpness 5 diamond sword away and just gave him a regular diamond sword with no enchanting, hoping that will stop killing the villagers on the end. And then the last thing I did was, we know that the villagers are going to just fall through once we cure them. So I figured, why don't we just cure them over the lake? So I took down that old building thing that we had over here and just added these in. And my plan with these 2 blocks is the first zombie will come through, then we will, sorry, these will be on in the first place. So now they're on. So they'll come through, one will get stuck there. Then I'll turn this on, then the second one will get stuck here, and then I'll turn that one on, and the third one will get stuck there. So I can cure 3 of them in one go. Now, I'm really hoping that will work. I haven't even tested this thing out yet, and I'm really just... I spent hours just rebuilding this thing. I also had to reset the beds because the villagers weren't even breeding anymore. So I had to reset the beds, I had to feed them some more potatoes, and now it's working again. So let's just test it, okay? So that worked smoothly. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you. So I added this section up here. So if I wanted to, for instance, give this guy a profession, I could make him a librarian, and I could trade with him if I wanted to. Let's just do it. Why not? Let's lock this guy in. Okay, so if you trade with them once, it locks it in. So now we can get rid of that. We can put that back in there. Let's go ahead and put those in there too. I could even name him at this point. We should do that. And since the one that we lost, his name was Timmy, let's just go ahead and name this guy Timmy too, even though I don't really like this villager. I'm not a huge fan of his trades. He doesn't even have any in books. So we probably won't end up keeping him in the long run, but here as an example. So now he's named and he has a profession. Now let's go ahead and move him on over to Doc, and Doc should be able to turn him into a zombie villager without killing him now. So let's wait and see. Come on, Doc, hurry up. What is taking you so long? Come on, dude. Take that guy out. Turn him into a zombie. What the heck? Am I too close? No! He died. What the heck? What the heck? Why did he die? Wait, should I just not give him a sword at all? Let's try this one more time. Oh, yes. Okay. So sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I have no clue what's going on here. That's so bizarre. Alright, so see how they both... So he went all the way through now. If I turn that one off, the next one should stop there. Let's test this again. Let's see if we can get a few of these guys over here, because... Dang it, now I have to worry about that again. So we don't want to give them their professions and name them beforehand. We want to name them and give them their professions after. Huh. Alright, well, I'm going to have to keep working on this thing and rethinking it a little bit. Alright, and it worked again that time too? And that worked too? Alright, so maybe the first one was just a fluke. I don't know. But anyways, I think just to be on the safe side, we'll name them on this side over here. And then we'll just give them their professions down below. That doesn't even really matter. So the main thing is that we name them so that we can tell the difference between the ones that we have cured and the ones that we haven't cured. Because there's a bunch down there right now that haven't been cured. And their trades will still be very expensive. So this will be awesome. So now... let's get the third one over here. I'm gonna cut the video to that, and then I'll show you that the fact that we'll just name them real quick, and we'll cure them real quick, and then the next episode we'll be able to fix all of this. So let's cut to that. All right, quick note. We did one more villager died over there, so we had to use another one, but then it worked again. So now we got all 3. I went and got 3 name tags, so let's go ahead and name all these guys. So let's try with Timmy again for the 3rd time. We got Aaron and then Jimmy. So we should be able to infect all of these guys with just one of these potions, hopefully. Let's hit the guy in the middle. And hopefully that got all 3 of them. And then 1, 2, 3. Yes. All right. Yes. Okay, so now we have 3 zombies that are zombie villagers that have name tags that are going to be cured. So let's just wait for them to get cured and fall down. Yeah, Timmy made it. Timmy's safe. Alright, where's Jimmy? Is this Jimmy up here? Kinda wanna catch Aaron falling, to be honest. Come on. Oh no. Am I too far away? Is he gonna despawn? Oh no, there he is. Yes. Alright, so there's Aaron. And the other two made it down safely. So that is awesome. There's Timmy. Sweet. Okay, so we finally have a system that at least is working somewhat. Guys, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you so much for watching till the end. Tweet me at Mathew Kande. And until next time, y'all, peace.